we all know that we were talking to the future champions, future for Kenyan sports. That's the young men and women who took part in the East African Secondary School Games, champions in their own making. The football team from Highway making it through to the World International, and wishing them all the best. We'll keep monitoring their progress, and we'll update you as Kenyans how far they've gone and how they are preparing for the same when that time comes. But now we shift matters to another sport that Kenya is picking up very well. We have a team with us in studio, a national team that went out to Pretoria, South Africa, where they took part in the World Cup qualifiers. They finished 5th out of 9 countries, gave their best, and came back with accolades that we all need to appreciate the team, because this is a sport that Kenya is slowly but picking up very well. We are talking about the Kenyan netball national team that went out to Pretoria, South Africa to represent the country in the World Cup qualifiers. They are back in the country. They are here with us in studio. We just want to find out how are the games, and of course, what next now that they've already announced themselves in the international stage. Let me take the opportunity to introduce the team with us here in studio, looking very lovely, of course, in Kenyan colors. And here they are. You can see them in the long shot. And of course, to my immediate left, we'll start off with Beatrice Kabucho. For those who watched the games, the commentators kept saying, watch out for Beatrice Kabucho from Kenya, a player who can always turn things around. Beatrice, good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you, good afternoon.
Karibu sana. Next to Beatrice, we have, the lady who's behind all the successes that you're seeing in Kenyan ladies netball. She has steered the team. She ensured that the team was not just participating well, but went out there to ensure that they gave their best in terms of preparations, handling all logistics, and ensuring that everything went well. We are talking about the president, Kenya Netball Federation, and that is none other than Immaculate Wambui Kabudha with us in studio. Immaculate, karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Nice to have you in studio.
Thank you.
Not easy to have a team to South Africa, but you made it.
We made it by God's grace.
Amen.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that. Then next we have the captain of the team that went to South Africa. We are talking about none other than Parin Simiu, also a member of the team, captain, who ensured that the team was out there and pushed the team to some good performances, some even getting man of the match, player of the match, trophies. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can see trophies here. We'll find out more about them. Parin, karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Last but not least, we have the assistant captain with us in studio as well. That is Bridget Nanzala, also a member of the team, and the vice captain of the team that was out there doing duty for Kenya in South Africa. Bridget, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana as well. Let me start with you, Madam President, Immaculate Wambui Kabudha. Organizing a team, getting them to a plane to South Africa and back is no mean achievement. Then they went, they saw, gave their performance. I can see a very beautiful trophy. Please start by letting us know what this is all about, and also how was the trip? Were you satisfied as the president, Kenya Netball Federation?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm Immaculate Wambui Kabudha, president of Kenya Netball Federation. This journey started in 2018. When we first affiliated to the African region, we also affiliated to the world. Kenya was not in the international world. So after affiliation, we went for the first championship in Zambia, and we got position 8 out of the 9 countries that were present, and this gave us a start. Now, come to 2019, once again, we went for another African Cup Championship, and we were able now to get position 7. And 2018, we got ranked 40 out of 84 countries who play netball and who are affiliated to, by then it was being called INF, International Netball Federation. Currently, it is World Netball. From there, we were good to go. We came back to the country and continued playing, coaching, training, and come to 2020, there were no activities. But 2019, we found out that we can't do much without training and having our coaches graded and umpires. So we had the first time Kenya have had an international course where we trained 67 umpires and 50 coaches. So now come to 2020, there was COVID. There wasn't much that was done. 2021, we started early, and we were now able to go to Cape Town, to Pretoria, sorry, for another African Cup Championship. It was also a preparation for the Commonwealth. We managed position 7 once again, and the same year, we also took our men. We also have netball men. We have netball men, and we also took them for an international qualifying match, and they made it. They made it to the 3rd position. This time, that is now in August, we were good to go. We prepared ourselves early enough. We managed to get 2 good coaches who trained our girls, our players, for 1 month. And by the time we were now going to South Africa, to Pretoria once again, the team was quite prepared. Let me say that, before I continue, let me say that we were able now to have our games pretty well. We had a handicap in the beginning because there was this, it is this during political time. So we could not get proper funding, but the National Olympics of Kenya made sure that we traveled to South Africa, and we now competed in the championship, where we were able now to get position 5. These girls played very well. They played better than they have ever played. Despite a few challenges that we had, they did very well.
I mean, well done, because we've seen a lot in terms of, progression, the way you have brought it out, immaculate, a lot, because it's come out that a lot has really been done in terms of getting this, a team. And you've clearly brought it out in terms of how it started off progressing. Let's now get to the playing unit. And of course, we'll start with Beatrice Kabucho to my immediate left. Beatrice, congratulations. I mean, I'm looking at very, very nice, trophies here. And this clearly is a player of the match, Shwane, South Africa 2022. How many of these did you get, Beatrice?
I got 2.
You got 2?
Yeah.
I mean, as a player?
Yeah, as a player. I
So,
got 2, and then I had 1 for sportsmanship.
So it was not by fluke, because the lady commentators kept saying, watch out for Beatrice from Kenya. They could pick up. When the lineups came through, when I was going through the lineups, they would pick out and say, watch out for Beatrice from Kenya. She can pull off anything. But generally, the Kenyan team, all-round team in terms of performance. How was it like for you?
Well, this time the performance was very great for me. I really played my best. It has not been easy though, but I've been doing well in my training, and I've been training well. So my achievement was great this time, and I was so happy to prove at least and to get this trophy. It was not an easy thing. It was an amazing thing for me, and I was very happy.
Well, congratulations for the same, and as we do this, we promise that we'll be keeping an eye on what's happening in the London Derby, and as it is now, just confirming that it is, interesting, and just told Gabriel Jesus, 2, Tottenham 1, which means Gabriel Jesus just scored the second goal for Arsenal. We'll be following Kinley, and we'll be letting you know over the same. Let me now go to the captain of the team, Parin Simiu. Parin, how is it like to just captain a team? And let me first ask this on a light note. What are some of the qualities you look out for? Because all these are tall ladies in studio. Is height something you look out for?
Of course. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Height is mandatory. It is an added advantage to any netball player, both in defense and shooting. Then it's been so good in our last match in South Africa. We began on a very low note, but after learning from our mistakes, we rectified them and we really played well as compared to other matches that we've been having in the other past years. So I'm really grateful, and with the teamwork from the team players, it was just wow.
Parin, let me engage Bridget on this. Bridget, as the assistant captain, some of the games I watched, personally, I watched the team play. We would start off very well, completely keep the opponents at bay. But at some point, we would end up losing possession, and they would capitalize on the same and just get points. Where do you think we went wrong as a team?
First of all, I want to thank you for giving me this time. One thing, we don't have that exposure, because in our team, we are like 2 to 3 experienced players. And if you see teams like South Africa and Malawi, they have been together for quite some time, like more than 10 years, more than 8 years. So when they play a game, they have that tempo. When they start with that tempo, they finish with that tempo. Us, because we've mixed with young players, we can fight for the first and second quarter. When it comes to the third and fourth quarter, we are all lost. And if you feel like getting a sub, you also sub a young player. So what is there, we need to have more exposures. And exposure means international matches, so that you can get that courage and that, as in if you start with that pace, you finish with that pace. Consistent.
I mean, Immaculate, you've heard that, and first of all, congratulations, because where you started to up to where the team is, a lot of good work has happened.
Thank you.
Now, how do we, get the team exposed, like Bridget has correctly alluded to, watching your games at the first, second quarter, up to par, but maybe it's just the experience, like she rightly put it, she puts it, that the Kenyan team is lacking. Are there plans to try at least now go to the next step of exposing this team so that they can get better and better as you continue in other championships?
Yes. What we are trying to do now, let me say that there has been a lot of teamwork among us. And then let me also say that we only have one sponsor, who is the government of Kenya. And I have to take this opportunity to thank the government and the leadership of our President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. And I also want to take this chance to congratulate him for being our President, and also the Deputy President, Honorable His Excellency, Rigathi Gachagua. We are so happy and excited with the new government. Let me also congratulate our new CS, Babu Namwamba, and we believe now we are going to move even further in netball. We have not had a lot of exposure, and exposure in any game, and especially netball, it means playing a lot of matches with other great teams. So we have, in our calendar, we have built up matches, qualifying matches, and these are all international matches. In netball, we are graded by ranking. So we have to go to many ranking games with other countries who also belong to the world body, so that now we can be properly exposed, and then we have our players be better than they are. We also need to build up on our leagues, and we are actually appealing to sponsors. We need sponsors. We don't have any other source of funding or sponsorship except the government. So we are appealing to well-wishers, and we know people out there, as you listen to us, we need you to come out, parastatals, and we also need teams. We also need teams And then if we get sponsorship and if we get teams, then we shall have a wider field of selecting more players. We also need training time. Normally the government caters for only 7 days, that's a week. But before then, we have to dig into our pockets and cater for our athletes. And sometimes we also don't have, by the way, we don't have any proper netball pitch in this country. And let me say that we have to appreciate the world body which have already given Kenya plank floor, wooden floor for playing netball. Now our country, we can proudly say that we can now be able to hold international matches. What we are lacking is a proper arena for netball. Let me say that we are ready and we are set and we are waiting for people to come out and assist us. So thank you very much for this program, and we are hoping that we will get more exposure. We talk to our people and they will be in a position to assist us.
Thank you very much, because without exposure, like Bridget says, we might still lag behind, but we are where we are. Now let's look at before I engage you, because I'll be engaging you to just find out more about this beautiful trophy with us instead. But let me engage Beatrice. Beatrice, you played so many matches in South Africa. Of all the matches that you played, which was the most difficult and why, in your own opinion?
Well, thank you. The most difficult one, of course, we had pools. We were playing according to pool A and B. So we were at pool A. So the difficult one was Malawi. Malawi was the strongest one. The reason as to why they're good is because these players they're very experienced, as my colleague has said. They've really played a lot of matches. So us playing with them, it was a good experience. Playing with them gives us a lot of skills. We also learn a lot from them. That's why. So they were very accurate in everything they do. They're trained well. So, and their way of doing it, it was somehow good. When you compare with our team. So that's why we couldn't manage to beat them. They are good. They are very good. So I think we learned a lot from them, and next time we're gonna do better like they are doing.
Well, interesting, because looking at some of the teams that you played against, very experienced, have gotten a lot of exposure, and their players are very, very experienced. Perrine, as the captain of the ship, that was out there, the captain of the team, what was the general mood like of the team? Were they satisfied with the 5th position, or they believe that they could have done better?
Wow, thank you so much. The team, partly they were satisfied, but not really, because we really were for the qualification. The team was in to qualify for the World Cup, but because we did it to that level, we just accepted. We lost, but we learned to accept.
What do you think, Bridget, maybe I engage you on this, apart from exposure, what were the major learnings that we picked as the Kenyan team when we went out there, finishing in the 5th position out of 9 countries? At least you are up there. But what are the learnings that we picked that you believe can help us improve going into the next championship that are coming?
What I can say is, first thing, we have to maintain the same team for a couple of years. Of course, we are ladies, we need to have babies, but we still have young players. I don't think this is their time. But if what Beatrice is saying, teams like Malawi, South Africa, since we started playing in 2018, it is the same people.
Yeah.
Malawi, South Africa, Zambia, same people.
Consistent.
From 2018, no one is out. If you can find one player can be out, but the other 6 are contact. So in Kenya, if that can apply, it can be well. Because we started playing, we can go consistent as we groom the young players to come and join. Because if those international matches, if you keep like breaking this time, you take 5, the next year you switch, you bring others, that consistent can't be there. Because if I play with you, fine, we play in different clubs, but in national team we are together. So when you're in national team, I know if I get the ball, I'll throw to Beatrice, I throw to Parin. Yani iyo consistent of playing together, it holds us tight. So if you can play together for a couple of 2-3 years together, I think, and that's what made us be where we are. Because in 2018, it's like only 2 or 3 players of ours who were not there. But who are 2018 up to now, we are still same players. And it really helped us as we groom the young players to come up.
Very interesting. You've brought in a very good factor, which is consistency of the team and keeping the team, together for long. I mean, I personally agree with you. Look at Malkia strikers in volleyball. The Janet Wanjas were in that team for a very long time. The Makutos, I don't know how we look at this, Madam Immaculate, from a technical point. They have a valid point. Is it something that you're also looking at in terms of keeping the team together so that they can learn each other? Bridget knows that if Parin has the ball, definitely Beatrice will have been in this position and they've gelled as a team. Is it something that you're looking at as a federation to ensure that consistency and keeping the team for long can be there for them to get the results? 2018, when you started playing South Africa, even before you leave the country, you can tell their squad. You can tell their squad. I don't know. Is it something you're looking at? Then maybe after that, tell us more about this, beautiful trophy that we are seeing.
Yeah, that is very, very important in any team. There's teamwork. There's that coordination of teams. So if you substitute players or you change players and you suddenly bring in new ones, the team you actually not, they will not perform better. They will not perform better. So in our federation, we have that, that particular consideration that we are taking seriously. We want to maintain these players. They are not old. Beatrice is only 23 years old, so she has a long way to go. As we groom other players, upcoming players, we have to keep the team intact for better results. These beautiful trophies you can see here, they were won by Beatrice.
Even this one?
Yes. This was a match against Botswana. Botswana is a very senior team. 24. They are ranked highly in the world. They are number 24, and we are 39. And we were able to beat them for the second time. Last year, we beat them in the African Championship. This year now, in the African World Qualifying, we beat them, and they could not believe it. Nobody could believe it. The whole field went wild once we beat them. This trophy was awarded to Beatrice Wanjiku Kabusho, being the best player in that particular match. The other trophy that you have out there, it was between Twini and Kenya, and we also beat them. She was also awarded as the best player. Then this other beautiful trophy. Beatrice, would you mind holding it? We feel so excited when you are standing, upstanding and holding the trophy. We are actually very proud of her.
Yes.
She won this trophy as the best overall player of the African World Championship for all the matches that were played. So we are very grateful to her. But let me mention that this was teamwork. Beatrice could not have been able to score all those goals if Pauline, Bridget, and the other players, there are 12 players who are in that match. So we are very, very much grateful. And by the way, this is the first time Kenya has ever received anything in netball. this is the first time. So we are set to go.
Congratulations, and I mean, it couldn't have been put any better, like you've narrowed down to it, you know, calling out the matches against Botswana, you know, highly ranked, you know, compared to Kenya. But looking at all this, clearly it tells you that we have the individual brilliance, and I love the, you know, the idea that you say that you wouldn't have done it alone. You know, it's the entire team, because you know, it's just like in football. You cannot be the goalkeeper and go and score.
Yeah.
And I always believe in the word teamwork. Team, which means together, everyone achieves more.
Yeah.
So, Beatrice,
Yes, sir.
how does it feel? Like with all this, and of course, your teammates ensuring that they lift you up and ensure that you are there. How does it feel?
Well, it's a great feeling, and it's a blessing from God, first of all. It's not an easy thing. What I always say, you just trust the process and you're gonna make it. So it feels so amazing. I'm just happy.
What can you tell your teammates?
Well, for my teammates, if it were not for them, actually, I could not have won this. It's about teamwork, and I'm just happy for them, and I can't say much.
You can't say much.
Yeah.
Captain,
Yes.
Parin,
Yes.
what does it feel like having, you know, individual talents around you? You have Bridget, you have Beatrice, yourself, and all the other players. How does it make you feel when you know you have talent around you? At any given time, any player in the pitch can deliver it for you. How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel great, because it builds trust. I know if I'm fielded with Bridget or Rita or any other player, we're gonna make it. So there is no loophole. So being with them or any other player because of teamwork, it makes me feel great, and it gives us the motivation to go on and fight more. Yes, thank you so much.
Well, interesting indeed, because you know, latest from the North London Derby. Emerson of Tottenham given a red card, and what a way Granit Xhaka makes it 3 for Arsenal. So it is the North London Derby seems to be going red, not white. 3 for Arsenal, 1 for Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspurs 1 man down. As I admire the trophy, you'd even think that it was, you know, prepared for Beatrice even before. Not even Beatrice, but for Kenya even before, because the colors are all Kenyan.
True.
And looking at it, you can see all in, you know, in our Maasai, you know, beads. What a way to call it off. And or do I just say that they ensured that this trophy came home where it belongs? Beatrice.
Yes.
Bridget, would we say that you and the entire team ensured that it came home? Once you saw it, you knew that this was out?
Yeah, we saw it and told ourselves we have to fight for that cup, even if we don't know who's going to get it.
Yeah.
And finally, Beatrice got it.
It had to come home.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does that make you feel, knowing that one of your own is, you know, coming back home with this?
It makes me feel very happy, because from 2018, when we started playing those championships, we have never won anything.
True.
And Beatrice, with her height, which you've all seen it, it's a height that everyone admires it. And we told her she came from far. Even her getting these trophies, it was not easy. But it's the trust that she had on us and the trust that we had on her that made her get these trophies.
Okay. I mean, interesting indeed, because when I look at this, very well done. Clearly, Netball World Cup 2023 Regional Qualifier Africa, a sportsmanship award. Very well done, goes to none other than Beatrice Kabochi, Kenya. What a moment that was. Let me ask you, Madam Immaculate, as the president of the Kenya Netball Federation, you have enough talent, and I believe you have many Beatrices, you have many Parins, you have many Bridgets, you have many Ritas out there. What are you doing to ensure that you get them out, so that as Beatrice, you know, Bridget alluded to earlier on, you start injecting them one by one into this team for consistency, to ensure that we don't just run dry after they depart the scene. There is, you know, a very clean, you know, a smooth transition of young upcoming players. There are many Beatrices, there are many Parins, there are many Bridgets, even Ritas in the country.
It's true, there are very many. Our country is has a lot of potential, a lot of talents, and we have actually started going to the counties. We are even appealing to the county governments to start the leagues. Some of the counties like Homa Bay, Kisumu, Nyeri, they have started leagues down there, but we want the 47 counties to start their leagues, so that now we can be able now to tap those talents, because they are all over. We also want to encourage the secondary schools. Recently we had the primary schools nationals, and we found out that there were very, very good players playing netball, good heights. Secondary schools the same. In our universities, the games are going on now, and we have sent people out there to look for these talents. So we have the potential, we have them, and we want to also make sure that we tap them. Yeah.
As you continue doing that, you know, one would want to know out there, Beatrice, that for you to be where you are, there must have been a start. How did it all start for you as a player, netball player, and why netball and not any other sport? You have the height, you can do it in volleyball.
Yeah, thank you. Well, to start with, let me just start from where I started playing netball. I started back in primary. Yeah, I was in class 7. I used to have this vision. I used to love netball so much, but definitely I did not have that room where I can train or everything. So when I went to secondary, that is when I met one of my coach, and he trained me, he started grooming me up. That is where I started the journey. And so I went on to the college, but it has not been easy. Well, when I went to college, I really noticed I had to do much better. But I was also playing basketball and netball at the same time. I'm also a player of basketball, yeah? I can play both. Well, it's not easy. I have to do a lot. I have to train a lot. It is not easy at all. You have to work hard. You have to do everything you can for you to achieve and to be better. So what I can say, it's all about effort and hard work.
Effort and hard work, it
Yep.
is from Beatrice Kabucho's point of view. Parin,
Yes.
as the captain of this team, what are the ambitions of this team? What is it that if the team achieved today, the team would be happy in general? Are they looking at other championships to come? What is their ambition, or what's their vision?
Thank you so much. Our vision, the team's vision is for us to be ranked higher and higher, because now we are number 39, but we hope the next ranking will have improved. Since we bet Botswana, Namibia is now behind us, and we hope for the best. And the other thing is, I would wish the junior players to come into the team, into the match, and take the game of netball to higher levels. And with that, if they have discipline, especially I first have to thank the Netball Federation and the officials, the netball stakeholders, wherever they are, because they are too supportive to us. So this team, we can go far, and that is our vision, to just feature on the continental status. We shall be good to go. World Cup is just a bygone case for us, but there are so many championships, continental championships, which are coming on the way, the Commonwealth and the other matches. We hope that if we get a chance of being sponsored by our good government, or other sponsors who will come in to assist us, then we're going to play more well than even the way we played. Another thing is, it's not that Kenya has got no good coaches. It has good coaches. But recently we had some 2 coaches from Uganda who really assisted us, Coach Mugisha and Rashid. They really assisted us on the finalizing of our training before we went to South Africa, and it really assisted us, it really boosted our performance. So if we can get even coaches from outside, because Uganda are just our neighbors, but they are highly ranked and they are much skilled. So if we can get some people, some coaches who are much skilled in that field, that they can step in and assist us, combine with our Kenyan coaches, then we can go far. That is all that can I say.
Well, I mean, it couldn't have been put any better than what we've seen from what Parin has spoken about. A lot to talk about in that. My director tells me time is not on my side. Maybe I'll just give Bridget 20 seconds to just give us your parting shot. Bridget, on behalf of the team as the assistant captain, what can you promise Kenya?
Thank you again. What I can promise Kenya is just believe on us. We started on 2018 and now teams are fearing us. And we believe one day we'll be where we want to be. That is position 1, or if it goes too bad, 2. And Uganda, they are just our sisters. If we can even train with them here, not even going to South Africa, going to Malawi, going to Australia, it can be really helpful. They came from far, and now they are ranked 6. Why can't we make? Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Madam Immaculate, as the president, you have the final word in 30 seconds. What would that message be to Kenyans?
One, I want to appreciate KBC for bringing us here. We've never come for any interview. We want to really appreciate. I also want to appeal to people out there, our government, for its continued support. We want to appreciate them. We want to thank them. We also want to thank some very special people, the National Olympics of Kenya. They are the ones who sponsored this particular event. We also have an individual, Mr. Moses Buthia, Vice Treasurer Volleyball. I think he's also the chairman of Nairobi Volleyball, who really assisted us when we were training this particular event. So we want to thank everybody, and we want to appeal to the sponsors. Ladies out there, this is a ladies' game. Kindly come out and help us. We love netball. Netball is a very good game. We enjoy it. It's good for entertainment. Thank you.
It's good for entertainment. Thank you very much. Appreciating all your support teams there. We appreciate and on behalf of all of them, we want to say thank you very much for having made time for us. Arsenal leading by 3-1, and at this point we say on behalf of everyone who's been behind this transmission, the transmission controller, the director, the producer, the camera ladies who've been working round the clock to ensure you get the pictures in the right quality, not forgetting